Hey, what is going on, guys? Sports 15 here. Today we have another episode of the Toronto Blue Jays franchise here in MLB 13, this show. So here we have the World Series. We won Game 1 in the last episode, and here we simulated Game 2, which we won 6-4. We had 11 hits to their 9, and it was a good game. You can see the winning pitcher was Brandon Morrow. Hold goes to Sergio Santos. Save goes to Aroldis Chapman, and the loss goes to Mike Minor, who only pitched 5 innings, giving up 5 runs and 9 hits. So we simulated Game 3, which we actually lost 6-3. They only had 7 hits, but they scored 6 runs, and we had 12 hits and only scored 3 runs. So sometimes that's just how the game goes. And we actually lost this one. Win goes to Christian Martinez. Craig Kimbrell gets his 6th save of the playoffs. And I believe Michael Stutz got the loss. So here in Game 4, we ended up winning it 5-2. 8 hits were tied 8-8. And the win went to Sergio Santos, if I'm not mistaken. It'll be coming up in just a second. So that means we're going to be playing Game 5 with a chance to win the World Series here in Year 2. And it should be a very, very good game. The win goes to Sergio Santos. He pitched an inning and a third, giving up no runs on 1 hit. So you can see we are getting into the game here. It is a bit of a longer episode, because there's a lot to get into. It's about a 17-minute episode because there's a lot to cover in this game. It is a very, very entertaining game. But if we win the World Series. And if we lose, we're going to be playing Game 6 later on this week. I'll be editing it up and showing you guys it. So you see Mike Minor is the pitcher for them, I believe. Or it might be a different pitcher. I can't exactly remember. It'll be coming up in just a second. But you can see we're ready to get underway with World Series Game 6. Game 5. Sorry. You can see the Braves lineup here: Andrelton Simmons, Chris Johnson, Upton, Hayward, Freeman, McCann, Ugla, Machado, and then BJ Upton. Sorry, that was a very bad of reading their lineups. Shelby Miller's going to be our starter. It's only his second start of the playoffs, but in his last start, he went 9 innings, got the win, and only gave up 1 run on 7 hits. 8 strikeouts, no walks. So a very, very good pitching performance. Last game, he went up there and pitched in the ALCS, and hopefully he can do the same here. But in the first inning, he's going to give up a base hit to the right side to their 2-spot hitter, I believe. And now Jason Hayward is going to come up with a runner on first base and 2 outs. He's going to ground out to the pitcher on to first, and that's going to do it for the first half of the inning. So here we go to the second half. You can see the Jays lineup pretty standard: Reyes, Phillips, Mauer, Bautista, Encarnacion, Laurie, Puig, Myers, and Sano rounding it out. We got Sano in there because they do have a lefty on the mound. Mike Minor, as I said before, is their starter. He's 1-1 in the playoffs through 7 starts with almost a 5 ERA. So we should be able to get to him. He is a tough lefty, and he can work deep into ball games because he doesn't throw that hard. So hopefully we can get him out of here quick. He gets Brandon Phillips swinging there for the second out of the inning on that changeup, and you really got to watch out for his changeup. He has a pretty decent changeup, and hopefully we can get on him early, but definitely not here in the first inning as we go 3 up, 3 down. So here to the bottom of the second with 2 outs, 1-0 count to Brett Laurie. He's going to turn on one deep center field. BJ Upton is back at the track, and it is over the wall, deepest part of the ballpark for Brett Laurie, and he puts us up on top here, and any run could win us this ball game, because last start for our starter in this game, Shelby Miller, he only gave up 1 run. So if we could put 2 runs on the board, or even 1 run, that could be enough to win us this ball game. So we'll see if we can play good defense and stuff. But that's a very good shot for Brett Laurie. It'll put us on top for the moment. But right here in the top half of the third, for them, with a 1-2 count to their hitter, Shelby Miller's going to get him looking on that fastball, and that is going to be the second out of the innings, getting Andrelton Simmons there. So to the top of the 5th, we skip all the way to there because nothing really was going on. They're going to get a base hit into the gap, and Will Myers is going to cut that one off after it hits the wall, but not before he gets into second base with a stand-up double. Chris Johnson's going to come up next. He's going to drive this ball to the deep left center field, and Puig is not able to get there. It bounces over his head off of the wall. He's going to luckily get it in time to hold Chris Johnson to a double, but that will tie the ball game up at 1 apiece. Justin Upton comes up next with 2 outs, and Brandon Phillips makes a very spectacular play to save us a run there, and that could have been a base hit and another another run for them to put them on top. But here to the top of the 6th, Jason Avery is going to get a base hit past the diving shortstop Jose Reyes, and Puig cannot come up with it cleanly in center field, which will let Justin Upton get into second base with a double. So next batter is going to ground out to first base, but Shelby Miller cannot find the bag, and he's late to first base. So they have runners on the corners with none out. 3-2 count to Brian McCann, and we're going to get him, but he's going to get a base hit into right field. Bautista comes up throwing, holds him to a single, and that is going to be a lead for the Atlanta Braves. They take the lead here late in the ball game here in the top of the 6th. Next batter is going to be Manny Machado. He's going to take that ball outside, and that's going to be a wild pitch credited to Shelby Miller, and they have runners on second and third with 1 out. Still Manny Machado batting, 3-2 count, and Shelby Miller is going to induce a ground ball, but that's going to get one more run across. They still have a runner on third base with 2 outs, and now they have the 2-run lead. That's going to do it for the day for Shelby Miller. Coach Ron Gardenhire is going to come out to the mound, take the ball away from Shelby Miller, and the reliever coming in would be Joe Smith. He's pitched pretty well in these playoffs, 4 games with 5 1/3. He has yet to give up a run. He's given up 1 walk and 2 strikeouts, but he's in here with a run on third base and 1 out. He's going to walk the first batter, BJ Upton, on a 3-2 pitch. He really battled that at a bat out. Next batter is going to be Machado with the runner going from first on another 3-2 count, and he's going to walk him too, so he really needs to focus here. If he walks one more batter, then it costs him a run. But next batter, 3-2 count again, runners going, and he is going to get him swinging that time. So 3 straight 3-2 counts. So he induces a lot of pitches in that to get that 1 out, but does not give up a run. So that's always good. Right here, Jose Reyes is going to get a base hit past his counterpart at shortstop, Andrelton Simmons, and that's going to get us a runner on base. Next batter is going to be Brandon Phillips, who's going to get himself a base hit past his counterpart at second base, Dan Uggla. So we have runners on first and second, and 2 outs now for Joe Mauer. With a 1-1 count, he's going to ground out to second base, and that's going to do it for the bottom half of the 6th. We are down to our final 6 outs, and we really need to put something on the board here in the 7th, 8th, and 9th. And here we go. You can see the 7th inning report. We only have 3 hits on the day, and 2 of them came there in the 6th inning, and then the other one was the Brett Lawrie home run. Casey Jansen's going to come in for the 7th inning. He has pretty much been our 7th inning guy throughout this season. He was a lot better pitching than Neftali Feliz, but we really just didn't make the move to move him to closer. So right here, no, to 8th inning man, sorry, we'd never move him past our closer role to Chapman. But right here, we get Justin Upton swinging on that 2-seamer. Casey Jansen does, and now with 2 outs, and the next batter is going to be Freddie Freeman, who's going to get a base hit to left field. They're really getting base hit after base hit. They haven't really been turning on him as well as Brett Lawrie did in the 2nd inning. But right here, we would get Brian McCann down swinging on that fastball, and that would do it for the top half of the 7th. To the bottom half, Joey Bats, Jose Bautista, first pitch swinging, hits a line shot to left center field, and that one is going to get over the wall. So we are killing these Atlanta Braves with the long ball. They still have the 1-run lead, but we've really had good luck with these long balls, with Brett Lawrie hitting one earlier, and now Jose Bautista bringing us within 1. So hopefully we can still put some more runs on the board here. We only have 1 run to go from making a comeback. There's no pressure on us, because even if we win this one, we still have 2 more chances to win the World Series. The pressure is all on the Atlanta Braves to win this game, or they go home. So right here, next batter is Edwin Encarnacion. Takes that off-speed pitch to deep left field. That one is long gone. No doubt about that one for Edwin Encarnacion. That one was nearly a second decker here in the Rogers Center, which is not easy to do. And that will tie this ball game up here in the 7th inning, and Mike Minor would be done after that, I believe. And he is very displeased after that. Edwin Encarnacion ties it up, and that is very good for the Toronto Blue Jays, as we are itching closer to winning this World Series here. So Brett Lawrie would be the next batter after that back-to-back home runs from Bautista and Encarnacion. First pitch swinging, he's going to get himself a base hit. Nothing like he did earlier in the game. We couldn't go 3 in a row with the bombs, but he gets a base hit, and now it would be the end of the day for Mike Minor. Coach would take the ball away from him and hand it to the reliever, Jordan Walden would come in. He's pitched 10 times in these playoffs. He has a 2.35 ERA through 7 2/3. So he's pitching pretty well, and hopefully we can get something off of him here. We could still really use an extra run here to take the lead. Yasiel Puig up next with Brett Lord taking off from first, and he is going to make it in there head first slide, stealing off Brian McCann, and we have ourselves a runner on second base for Will Myers, who's going to go down swinging. That'll be the second out of the inning, and we really need to take advantage of that runner at second base. But next batter would be Miguel Sano, but Colby Rasmus comes off the bench to pinch hit for him, just because we had Sano in to face the lefty earlier in the ball game, and now that the righty's in, we brought in Colby Rasmus, who they've been platooning that DH spot all season against lefties and righties, and now that the righty's in the game, Colby Rasmus comes in, but he would not convert here with a base hit. He would pop out to the first baseman, Freddie Freeman, who makes the play in foul territory, and that would do it for the 7th inning. We head to the top of the 8th, where Neftali Feliz would come in. He hasn't been playing too well in the playoffs. He already has a loss, and he has a 4.15 ERA, and he's only pitched like 5 times in the playoffs, so he's not pitching that well. Right here, he gets the strikeout, but this one gets past Joe Mauer. Should have been a pass ball, but he gets credited with the wild pitch. I don't see how you can get a wild pitch for a called third strike, but now Gerald Laird at first and Manny Machado up. He would get him looking on that 97-mile-an-hour fastball, catching the outside corner. Next batter is going to be Justin Turner. He's going to go down on the same pitch. That fastball has been really working for Neftali Feliz, and he has 3 strikeouts in this inning already. Next batter is going to get strucken out. Andrelton Simmons strikes out, and Neftali Feliz has a 4 strikeout inning here in the top half of the 8th. We head to the bottom half, and Brandon Phillips is going to get another base hit, his second base hit of the day, and that's going to get down in center field. We have a base runner now, and we would call up a pinch runner in I believe, Everth Cabrera comes off the bench. We could have gone to Rajai Davis, but Everth Cabrera can play second base, so we didn't have to use an extra man to put there at second base. So he's going to play second base and stay in there for the rest of the game. Joe Mauer is batting next, and Everth Cabrera takes off from first, but a hose from behind the plate from Brian McCann will get him at second base. Everth Cabrera stays in at second base for the top half of the 9th, So we really need to shut them down here and put up a run in the bottom half. So Aroldis Chapman, the closer, is going to come in for the top half of the 9th. We really need to shut them down here. He's pitched 7 times in the playoffs with a 2.84 ERA. So he's been pitching very well. This is not a save opportunity, obviously, but if he can hold him here, then we can score a run and he get the W. So right here, they would start it off with a base hit into the right center field gap. He's going to get into second base with a stand-up double. So with the runner on second base, Jason Hayward up next, and Justin Upton is going to take off from second base. He's going to get the stolen base, steals that one on the pitcher. No chance for Joe Mauer. But next batter is going to be Jason Hayward. He's going to go down swinging. No, the check swing, and he will get the walk. But right here, something crazy happens. You can see Justin Upton just decides to go home and score the run, as you can see right there. But he just decides to go back to the bench. They do not get credited with the run, and they just lose a runner from third base. A very big glitch in this game, and with none out, that will very well cost them. You can see it's still 3-3, but they have no runner on third base after he just decided to go back to the bench after that walk. I went back to the replay to see what happened here, but it cut off at the point of after the walk. But we catch a break there, I guess, from the glitch. But next batter, Jason Hayward's going to steal second, so they technically would have runners on second and third at this moment. But now with 2 out, we're going to get him swinging, so it really didn't make too much of a difference after we struck out Brian McCann there and got 2 other outs. But it's still a very weird glitch. Christian Martinez is the last hope for the Atlanta Braves. They really need to shut us down here. We need to put 1 run on the board, and then we can win the World Series. First batter, we have the heart of the order coming up, Jose Bautista. Second pitch of the at-bat, he's going to get a base hit into left field. So we definitely need some speed on the base pass. Bautista does not have that much, and we would call on Rajai Davis off the bench. And if anything, he could be a distraction for the hitter, Edwin Encarnacion, who has some pop here. So with an 0-1 count, they would try a pick off at first, and Rajai Davis not going anywhere here, at least with none out. We want to put the bat in Encarnacion's hands, maybe stealing later in the at-bat, but right here, the pitcher would pick off to first for a second time in a row, and this would be distracting for the pitcher. And with the 0-1 count, Encarnacion up, speedy runner at first, just needs a ball in the gap here and we can win this ball game. But Encarnacion, 0-1 count, he turns on this one, a line shot to deep left field, and it makes it over the wall. The Toronto Blue Jays are your 2014 World Series champions. That is the same kind of home run that Joe Carter hits in the 93 World Series way back when, and it's been over 20 years since the Toronto Blue Jays have won the World Series, and they have done it again. Encarnacion gets the walk-off bomb. Touch 'em all, Edwin. You'll never hit a bigger home run in your life. He touches the plate. We win this game 5-2. A very, very crazy ending, especially with that glitch. And then the 2-run bomb for Encarnacion. We get the victory. Encarnacion obviously gets the player of the game, 2 home runs, and the bomb. So I don't know if I'm going to do this for year 3. We definitely are going to do the offseason. I have that recorded and everything. But I do not know if I'm going to do year 3. It's up to you guys if you guys want to see me do a 3rd year of this franchise. And it'll probably carry us over to MLB 14 the show. So we'll see how things play out. I'm definitely going to be choosing a different team for MLB 14 the show. We're not going to do the Blue Jays again. But we'll see how things play out for MLB 14 the show. Just let me know if you guys want me to do year 3 for this in the upcoming month and stuff. So Encarnacion gets the player of the game with that 2 home runs and that big bomb to win us this ball game. But it's crazy. We finally won the World Series after losing it last year, I believe in 5 games, and we win it in 5 games this year. But a very crazy ending. And once again, just let me know if you guys want to see me do year 3 of this franchise. So you can stick around to see the box scores. Aroldis Chapman gets the victory, and Christian Martinez gets the loss. So that's going to do it for this episode, guys. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.